So welcome back to the channel. So I'm gonna actually give you a different perspective on the way I hunt coins and why I believe the likes of Casper, which is printing a buy signal, or brought 8 hours ago it printed that for me here, right here, right? So if you consider these as 4-hour candles and it's printing a buy signal and you can see the direction of the market, that's why you need to join the DXB crypto community. Base level $9 a month, portfolio review $19.99, $20 a month, 2 cups of coffee and 1 sandwich to get your financial dreams back on the road. Because we look at a set of data that is overlooked by most people, in my opinion. But listen, there's a couple of things to consider. So today I want to talk about Casper. I really want to talk about Microvision Space. Microvision Space Chain, and I want to talk about Spacemesh. That sounds interesting to you. Stick around and let's jump into it. Let's get it. So the first thing you want to do is, I always like to see what's going on in terms of the wider market, because without the wider market, especially the top 100, most people will be going in blind. And what am I looking for the top 100? Well, I'm not just looking at the bubbles. The bubbles give me an idea that we're having a lovely green day over here. And the day is relatively green. Fantastic. Top 100 bouncing. Good on you. But relative strength, but not on the day. Relative strength on the week. Not really care about that. What I really want to look at is this metric here. How do we balance a portfolio against a 4-week, a 4-week period, a month? And what discounts do you have? What opportunities have you got with a market that's just had a leg down? And I still think we're still going to flush some more people out. Some more weak hands are going to leave the market. But if you have a look at this, the way I like to work this is, I never really look at the hour. So let's forget about that. The daily is okay. And we look at the relative strength for the week. But what I'm really interested in, for 2 amazing reasons, is 1, what the week is doing. And within that, what's not performing, but that had the ability to bounce back really strong. So I can see Core, Pendle, Mantle, Neo, Dog with Hat, Ondo. These are all obvious, the likes of Neo Protocol, and that's looking at the wider picture for the month. But the most gainers were here. While everything was going off, Ondo was absolutely ripping through the dip. So was even the likes of Mantle and Pendle. Now, if that shows you strength, what shows you weakness? So what we want to do is we want to see what's actually lost the most in the month, right? And what is the percentage of gains they've made the following, on this week. So what I'm looking at here, if you look at Conflux here, $1 billion, Aptos, $4.4 billion, Starknet, just under $1 billion, WellCoin. I'm not interested in these. What I really want to do is scroll down and see projects like $2 billion. Injective is still too big for me. But I want to see the likes of, for example, Say. I think Say is still not done for people. Sui is still not relatively bad over here. The likes of Casper, which had that dip, but have then obviously, it's not a bigger loss as some of the other ones for the entire month. So even though 14% for the month, you can see 6% for the week. So that's still printing a green buy signal on my side. Having said that, it's not in a position of distress at all. And then you continue to go down and you hunt your coins that you have based on their relativity. Why am I telling you that? I'm telling you this because this matters in the sense that money's finding these projects like the likes of Brett, which just got listed on multiple different exchanges, $500 million in market cap. Brett could be this cycle's Shiba Inu. And you go across the top 500 to actually see where your cryptocurrencies are and how they're performing. And if they're not performing, why are you holding something that money is going to find extremely difficult to find? Now, considering gaming is going to be a super niche that hasn't actually taken off yet so far in this bull market. We had the November pump, but everything else, especially the layer ones, are still the most fantastic opportunity for me when you go outside of the narrative. If that makes sense. Congratulations again. Anyone holding Zero Labs, I've talked about it. I made a video of it. It's ripping now. Thank you very much. Let's keep it moving. So why do I want to talk about Spacemesh? So Spacemesh for me is an interesting project. As you can see here, I'm actually mining this thing on my computer right now as we speak. And I believe it's an opportunity that most retailers will miss because it's not a really good understood. It's not really understood at all. But when you think of the likes of Paradigm, Coinbase Ventures, and Polychain Capital, when you think about the links to Coinbase, when you think about the proof of space and time, and the misunderstood, for me, the misunderstood tokenomics, but that has a lot to do with it. A lot of people don't understand the tokenomics of this cryptocurrency, and it is a shame, but there will only be in this cycle something in the region of, I believe, less than 200 million tokens in circulation. The closer number is about 150, right? So when you consider that, the true market cap of this is just $87 million, not even 100 million. So $87 million, you got a team that are core Ethereum developers, old school team here. You got great tokenomics. You've actually got a 941 years vesting period. And you've got a 500-year kind of like, some of these tokens will not see the light of day in a long time. So I consider this, from where we are now, a potentially, dare I say this, a potentially 50 to 100x. 50 to 100x could potentially be on the cards for Smesh. All right. So that's number one. And obviously, please go and look into it. Do your own research. We're already doing that in our Patreon group. We've done the hard work for you, so you don't have to. All you got to do is join us. But after that, there's one that I've held, and not many people talk about this, but it's called Microvision Chain, $43 million at $15 price. This project just had a certification that got completed just now. It's fresh. It's a Bitcoin sidechain. It's a layer one. And I believe this has a massive opportunity from a $43 million market cap. If you can acquire 50 to 100 of these, I believe you will have enough tokens to last you a good bull run. Why do I think this is one of the best cryptocurrencies available? I reckon, along with Spacemesh, I reckon this cryptocurrency is going to run. And why is it going to run, Mr. DXP? Well, first of all, the team is building. Number one, these guys were at the Bitcoin Asia Summit very recently, and I believe they are continuing to build in the entire space. Now, let me just take this back. Goes to this smashing. I'm kind of, browser's a bit slow. Sorry about that. But listen, while that's loading up, let's have a look at the white paper, because I think you guys deserve to actually have a thorough breakdown of what this cryptocurrency is all about. And that's also not working, so I'm going to just continue with my analysis on here. So plenty of exchanges had new listings, the likes of BitGet, which is super bullish. And I think at this market cap, at this particular price, Microvision space is going to make a complete turnaround. Now, in terms of, for me, where this fits in my portfolio, it's one of those moon bags. It's one of those cryptocurrencies that not every YouTuber is going to talk about, but when people talk about this, it's going to pump. Now, in terms of the UTXO model, this is a blockchain proof of work consensus. It aims to ultimately achieve scaling through high concurrency features of UTXO model, just like the Bitcoin, like a lithium, and many of these other crypto proof of work currencies, combined with layer one performance, smart contracts, and obviously DID solution. MVC wants to become the perfect blockchain for massive Web3 deployment. I think that's just cutting it slightly, but Bitcoin plus smart contracts plus decentralized ID plus scalability. Guys, don't fade this. Don't fade this. The only thing, the only concerns that I have right now is I'm starting to see the team marketing a bit more. I would like to see a bit more on that, but from where we are today, This could be anything between 25 to 50x. And at this stage of the bull market, I think it's an acceptable trade-off, right? It's a fantastic project with, it's only $43 million in valuation. And I think a lot of money from the East will flow into this project. The next one is Casper. So we talked about Casper in some of my lives, and I wanted to share some metrics with you. So apart from the chart, apart from the transaction, apart from the volume that's going into Casper, I really want to show you the Casper balances, right? So we want to have a look at the Casper holders, okay? And let's have a look at the distribution table. So there's a significant growth. You can see here, look. So Casper has these number of addresses. And you can see here, a sizable chunk have, so 25 million Casper is distributed between kind of 100 to 1,000 holders. Fair enough, that's just people with exposure. Then you've actually got 1 to 10K, which is 300 million Casper. And then you start to climb up. This is why Casper is actually going to make a lot of people wealthy. So you've got 53,378 addresses that are holding 10K to 100K Casper. This is a massive group, but it gets even better. So the number of wallet addresses holding 100K to a million is around 16,000. Having said that, they've got 4% of the addresses, and together they hold about 4 billion Casper. Then, of course, you've got a smaller number than that holds 1 to 10 million, even smaller number than that, 234 wallets that hold 0.6. Then nobody holds. You've got 13 wallets, but I don't believe that is. These wallets could be exchanges or something like that. 4 billion Caspers. Now, why do I think this is bullish? So the addresses are going up anyway. You have so many different key metrics over here. You've got, for example, the transaction quantities. You could see that it's pretty consistent. And you've got the transaction per seconds here. So in my opinion, Casper, despite what's going on, despite everything that's happening, Casper is continuing to build and build and build. Now, obviously, Rust is already deployed. And with Rust being deployed, the smart contracts have never been more achievable than ever. What does that mean? Well, that means one thing and one thing only. Smart contracts are going to come, all right? And if you look at these real-time transactions per the last 60 seconds, you can actually see boom, boom, boom around. There's this much transactions, earlier on, and they keep going. But look, for me, most important thing for Casper holders and new Casper investors is just to know that you're holding something completely unique, that honestly, you've never actually, it's like you holding some Ethereum or some Bitcoin in the early days. It really is that. This cryptocurrency came out of nowhere and went straight to the top. When I looked into this was exactly June 2022. When I started to seriously buy it, I remember looking for it and even making a mistake of typing a couple of searches because I used to hold the old Casper. But guys, the chart's telling us something. The chart is definitely telling us something. And this cryptocurrency for me is only a matter of time before it goes to a new all-time high. Look, we do have accumulation stage right now. Not everything is running away from you, as you can see. But in my opinion, you want to put a solid ring fence on your cryptocurrency portfolio and then go to the casino, start degenning, buy tons of shitcoins. Doesn't matter, right? Those could do 1,000x, but who cares? You're just going to go to the moon. But at least you're coming into a mindset in this bull market that you've got a couple of nice Rolls Royces. You've got solid projects that will do 10, 15x. Then you've got projects like Casper that are even solid, like literally solid as a rock. But these then will give you maybe 20 to 30x. Then you go to your 30 to 50 and 100x. So I hope you find this useful, but that's a good way just to look at relative strength and take opportunity in the market. I've been your host, DXB Crypto, and until the next one, by the way, guys, smash a like, follow the channel. I'll see you on the next one.